expert, teacher, this particular video is for you, because I'm going to actually go through a mind map and run you through all the obstacles. I'm going to share with you some concepts, obstacles, what is the formula to get out of it, and what is your next step. Okay, now if you're here for the first time and if you're just watching live, just type RTL if you're ready to learn. If you're just coming in right now, more people will be joining in. And if you're watching a recording of this, maybe on YouTube or on Facebook or anywhere else, just hit that like symbol, give me some love, and just type RTL once again, even if you're watching a recording. The training and coaching industry is booming right now in India. We're seeing so many experts and so many coaches coming in. Even in my community at this point, when I'm recording this video, we have over 9,500 people. But the sad truth is only 20% of people take action. And in that 20%, the top 20% of that, they're the ones who end up getting like real results. And the more and more I look into it, and when I look at the Pareto's principle and the 80-20 rule, in action in my community, the more and more I'm thinking about how can I really improve that number? How can I make some shifts in, raise that bar from 20% action taking rate to 40%. And I've been able to successfully do that in my courses. Like the industry average course completion rate is around 5 to 10%. And in my community, we have a 46% course completion rate. So I've been able to do like more than 10 times of the industry average as far as the course completion rate is concerned. But having said that, the whole aspect of people taking it to the finish line, getting results, that is something which I'm going to go deep into. Okay. So let's see, just type in the comment box, which cities are you from? If you're here watching me live, you can just type which city are you based in right now. I would like to know about that. And even if you're watching a recording, just type which city you're in. So you'll be able to see we have people from all different parts of India, all parts of the world who are a part of this particular video. Okay. So first is, let's understand a few concepts. Okay. The first concept I want to mention to all of you here is this: the world is changing really fast. And if you ever want to get results, you have to really adapt to change. Okay. Because the world is changing fast. And even if you're a coach, you're a trainer, you're somebody who's been in the training industry for a long time, adaptability is the more important thing. The adaptability quotient is one of the most important factors. So because you might have made your plans, you might have had a system that was working before this. I know many people who are my close friends, they've been doing like offline trainings, offline seminars, and after lockdown, they had to completely change the whole game to online, doing online seminars, online live events. So adaptability is the important thing. And now we're moving into the new paradigm of entrepreneurship, because the entrepreneurship in the traditional format is what? It's like how you can set up an office, have employees, have everybody come into one place, work together. But how many of you agree with me that the actual employment system itself has evolved after March 2020? Yeah. Just type huge in the comment box if you can see the huge shift that's happened in the world. I mean, people are working from home. Everything's moving to the gig economy. A lot of people have lost jobs because of the industry is going down. And now organizations and companies are beginning to rethink HR itself as a policy. And they're looking at how they can minimize their costs and be more efficient by having people work from outside rather than having these big buildings and infrastructure and things like that. So there's a big paradigm shift happening in entrepreneurship. And why am I sharing this with you? Is a lot of obstacles that you're going to be facing in the training and coaching industry has to do with the environment in which you are in. And the environment is changing so much. And if you're able to adapt to it and cater solutions to that, there's a better chance for you to succeed. And I also want to mention that, success is holistic. It's not just about how much money that you're going to make. Money is one of the dimensions of success, but there's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. There are many aspects of success, and it's very subjective. So what does that have to do with obstacles? Before I even tell you about the 10 obstacles, I want you to understand that a lot has to do with your own mindset to push through and make things happen. Okay, especially in a training coaching business, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you want to really grow. So I just want to tell you that the next set of points you're going to be checking out will be really useful, and please start taking notes. Okay, here are the 10 things that can actually stop you from achieving your goals fast. 10 things that are going to delay your success. And by you just being aware of these 10 things and starting to take action in one of these areas, or more of these areas, you're going to be achieving your goals much faster. So the intent of me recording this video and putting this up and going live is also to help you break through fast, to help you understand that there are faster ways to achieve your goals, provided you're aware of it. Okay, so if you're ready to learn about this, just type BIO in the comment box. BIO is bring it on. I would like all of you to type BIO. Let's bring it on one by one. And by the end of these 10 obstacles, once I share, I also want you to note down what are your top 2 or top 3 obstacles that you need to work on personally so that you can move forward. Okay. So the first obstacle is short-term thinking. Like in a coaching business or in a training business, or even if you're getting into digital entrepreneurship, there are some people who want to make the quick buck and they're not willing to put in the effort to build something solid, which is more long-term. Like in my community, we have something called the hackathon, and we spend 2 months to actually build a solid product, a world-class product. But there are many other solutions out there in the market where, create a product in 3 days, create a product in 4 days. It will not have really the substance so that you can start to sell it fast and make money fast. So short-term thinking is the first obstacle that people are going to experience in a knowledge business, because it's not long-term. I mean, short-term thinking it's always going to be having issues there. Okay, how to get rich quick and stuff. It really does not work. 2 is one of the obstacles that you could face is bad health, and we are seeing that happen in the world, which means that you need to be more cautious about your situation, your environment, and all the precautions that you take to be healthy. So it's important for you to take good care. It's not just talking about the COVID situation. I'm talking about even otherwise, like what do you eat? Do you drink enough water? Do you exercise? Do you really have a fitness regimen into your body to have more energy? Because health is wealth. You've heard of this, but people don't take it seriously until there's a health issue. Okay, how many of you agree with me that usually as humans, we only go and take action when there's a problem? Yes or no? Just type I agree in the comment box if you feel so. Especially when it comes to the health. We take it to the limit until you get a report from the doctor saying, okay, this is the problem and you need to be healthy, you need to change your lifestyle habits and stuff. That is when people take action. Okay. So we should not allow it to come to that point, and that's why I'm giving all of you an awareness. If you're in great health right now, fantastic. Keep that consistent. And if you know that you are really, having a few lifestyle habits which is not good for you, make that decision. Don't take it till the point where you have to really go through all of the pains and stuff. Okay, so that's the second obstacle that you're going to be facing in a business. It's a very practical thing. Okay. The third obstacle that you may face in all business is a family friction. See, I'm talking about non-subject obstacles, because these obstacles, they do have a big impact in your life. So let's say there's a family friction, there's stuff happening within your family, relationship is going down or whatever. How will you even have the energy, and how will you have the whole, the mindset and the positive mindset to go and serve others with your knowledge? You fix your home front first, then you can fix others. Does this make sense? Type make sense in the comment box. You cannot transform others unless you are transforming yourself. You're going through your transformation yourself. And if you have to just make peace, make sure that you are on track and there's no friction in relationships, there's always going to be ups and downs. That's what makes us human, right? Once you're able to bring all of that on track, it's going to make things so much more easier. Okay, when you're able to operate with a more free mind, and relationships have a big part to do with it. And one of the factors that my grandpa told me when I was young, he shared with me many lessons, but another lesson that he shared is, he says, stoop to conquer. Stoop to conquer. All of you can type that. STOOP. Okay, I don't know if that's the spelling. STOOP. Stoop to conquer. You can go and check out that meaning later. It means it's okay to take that one step back and make a sacrifice so that in the bigger picture, you're able to move forward much faster. Okay, I love that. So, family friction. The fourth obstacle you could face is isolating yourself. Like, I know a few people who come into my community, they get excited, they start building products, and over a period of time, they realize, okay, that there's so much to do, and I don't want to be a part of the community. Let me just isolate myself. They get into a shell. And usually, like even I've been in that situation where like a few years ago, I got into my shell, never wanted to meet any people, nothing. I was not getting results. I was beating myself, really not pushing things forward. Now I was not able to see results. I had made a lot of investments in programs and courses and not getting results. And I went into a cocoon, and that never really helped me. And only when I again went back and started to connect with the community, then things started to move forward in my life. So all of you just type the word community. Community is the solution. Only when you are a part of a community can you move. Otherwise, if you're on your own, you're just going to be having the negative thoughts and other things that will just keep coming. So that's another big obstacle, to isolate yourself. Okay, type the word community. The fifth obstacle that you'll face in a digital business, knowledge business, and even entrepreneurship and by large is lack of clear focus. It seems like a very theoretical thing here, but I'll tell you, clear focus you need to have in all areas of your life. In fact, there's a beautiful book called The One Thing. Okay, The One Thing. And if you're able to apply that principle, like what is the one thing you can do to improve your health? It may be just like working out for 45 minutes per day. Just that one thing. Just focus on one thing. What's the one thing you can do to improve your relationships? Maybe just appreciate your spouse a little bit more. What's the one thing you can do to improve your spirituality? Maybe you do meditation for 1 hour a day. You decide what's your process. What is the one thing that you can do to grow your business? Maybe get more consistent in doing videos. Maybe start to do more webinars. Okay, start to do one webinar per week. Start with one thing. You'll get to see there'll be many things that we need to do, but once you're able to get clear on your focus on what is the one thing. Okay, all of you type one thing in the comment box now. Okay, in all caps, do it one thing. When you know what is the one thing in each of those areas of your life, the most important areas of your life, that will give you better focus. And when you have better focus, your ability to perform and to be productive will be much higher, because once you know what you want, you will automatically know what you do not want. Like for example, if you know that this is the goal, then you will also know which are the roads that does not lead to that goal, and it will be easier for you to make decisions. And most of the successful people, they say 100 no's and maybe a few yeses, and that's what helps them move forward. Whereas most people who have lack of focus, for them everything is a yes, and they are pulled in situations, they are pulled from one place to the other. Okay, so being clear on the one thing is one of the most important factors if you want to really move forward and get the results that you want. That's a big obstacle. Lack of focus is a big obstacle. Number 6 is not managing your money properly. Now, how many of you here do not have a system to manage your money? Just be honest on this and just type no system in the comment box. And if you're somebody who has a money management system, I'm talking about personal finances and business finances. If you have a system, just type have system. If you don't have a system, just type no system or have system. So this is again a big one, because if your finances are not managed properly, it does not matter how much money you're making. Okay, it is, even if you can manage the smaller amounts of money, you can manage the bigger amounts of money. That's how the logic goes. Okay. Yes, I see some of you do not have a system. That's perfectly fine. Thank you for being honest. Okay, some of you have a system. So I've noticed that from the time I became more systemized in money management and non-emotional when it comes to money started to grow. And let me tell you the system. The basic system that I follow is what was given to me by my mentor, a TWCGO system. Okay. I'm just going to give you a brief idea about this, but I share this more inside my community. I go deep into this. So T stands for tax, W stands for wealth, C stands for charity, general is for your general, and O is for operations. General is like for your household, rental, food, groceries, outings, all of that. And O is for operations. Operations, your business operations, okay? Like you're running your ads, you're running your tools and all of that stuff. So I have like a model system where all the money comes into one account, my current account, and from there I split it into 4 to 5 different bank accounts, and there's no emotion connected. I have a very clear splits in revenue, okay, like in percentages. So 30% goes towards tax, 10% towards wealth, 10% towards charity. So 50% is gone over there. I try to run my household in 25 to 30%, and then now it's much lesser. Actually, it's much lesser my general, and a large portion goes towards my business. Okay, so this numbers can be varying up and down, but if you're not able to have a proper money management system, and also like you might have heard of T. Harv Eker, he has something called the jar principle. So when you're able to allocate the money into all these different jars, like your financial freedom account, your long-term savings for spending account, then you have your play money, you have your education jar, you got your giving jar. When you have all these different buckets in which you can fragment your income, and when you're able to non-emotionally manage it, that itself will be a huge shift in your in your personal life itself. Okay, and you'll know that, see, a lot of problems that people face is rooted in money. One of my other mentors, he says that having money can solve a lot of problems that not having money brings about. Okay, it's a pretty cool one, right? He says, money can solve a lot of problems that not having money brings about. How many of you agree with me on this? Just type I agree. Yeah, let's say you don't have enough money, so you can't give charity also. People may not respect you. Whatever. There are so many different dynamics to it. Okay, as long as we are in this world, in the physical bodies, everything, money is what makes all the transactions happen. It's very, very important. Okay, and people who think that it is not important, they end up neglecting it, or they don't manage it properly, and they blame the system, they blame society, they say rich people are bad, all these kind of stuff that happens. Okay, so one of the other big obstacle for you to overcome is money management. If you do this, everything gets fixed, even on that side. Number 7 is perfectionism. Perfectionism is another huge obstacle, especially for knowledge givers, those people who are creating their courses, consulting, all the other stuff. There are 4 kinds of people. Okay, there are doers, there are talkers, there are controllers, and there are supporters. Okay, there are 4 categories of people. Doers are very task oriented. Talkers are more promotional. They like to just keep selling, they just like to talk more. Controllers are more like data oriented, and supporters are more like people oriented. Okay, so you have like these different categories of people, and each one of us would have a mix of, we'll have a predominant personality type, and we'll have elements of the others. So perfectionism in a knowledge business is where you are going overboard and you are not even launching anything before it is like all the planets are aligned and it is shining like one diamond. That will never happen. Okay, you have to work on that first version and then keep improving the version. Your first course, your first webinar, your first coaching call, your first website, your first funnel, your first landing page, your first traffic. Okay, so all of you type the word progress in the comment box. Progress is more important than perfectionism. Perfectionism is just, that's it's a stumbling block. It is a big obstacle. Okay. Number 8 is not learning. And not learning leads to not being flexible in terms of ideologies. Okay, in terms of thought process. So we are in a world right now where things are moving so fast. There's so much happening on a continual basis. There are so much of rapid changes happening in every industry that you can think of. Okay, I'm talking about disruptions happening in every industry you can think of, and learning is going to be the fuel to your progress, and not just learning like textbook knowledge, but learning from mentors who are implementers. Okay, all of you just type MI. MI is mentors who are implementers. You can put M-I, because those who are just learning from talkers, time will only show whether you're getting results or not. Okay. If you're learning from somebody who's implementing that knowledge, the faster you can grow. That's why, books and stuff is some of the best. Like many of the books These best-selling books you would see, like if you buy a book, you know what, the experience of that person, whoever has written that book is coming in the form of essence. The essence of all of that knowledge is coming in the form of a book. I mean, so if you're constantly learning, if you're reading books, or if you're watching videos, or if you're listening to podcasts and continuously feeding your mind with information by mentors or implementers, that's going to help you move forward much faster, because as you're integrating all of that knowledge, you'll also get new ways to do the same thing. Okay, let me explain this to you a little bit more on the mind map itself. When it comes to knowledge, there are three things that happen. The first part is consumption. Okay. Then the second part of knowledge is the digestion. Just like how you digest food, you also have to digest the knowledge, okay, the information. And then you have application, okay, of the knowledge. So there's consumption, there's digestion, application. So consumption of knowledge, right now you may be watching this video also, and this could be an example of you are consuming this knowledge. What I'm giving you the 10 obstacles. Then what you have to do in the next step is, how you digest this knowledge is looking at practically how can you let it get into your system and understand, okay, which are these areas where you are actually struggling in. So for you may not have an obstacle in all these areas. Maybe one of your obstacle could be you may be isolating yourself, or you may not be managing your money properly. So once you identify, so digestion is more about looking at that knowledge that you're seeing, okay, looking at that and finding out where do I need to focus on? Because otherwise we are living in a world where there's so much of knowledge, and if you're just consuming without digesting it properly, it's just going to put us into the information overload. Okay. And then you eliminate that, and then when it comes to application, this is again very important. So just look at which is that 1, 2, 3 things I should do that can help me apply that knowledge. See, this is the big problem in today's day and age. There's so much of information on YouTube and courses. There are so many people doing things that a lot of people don't focus on understanding how to digest the knowledge and how to take out the best from that knowledge. Now, how many of you feel that this is a very important skill? Just type important in the comment box. An important skill, which is to look at all this information that's there and understand exactly what you need to do, customize for yourself with that information. If it's important, you just type very important in the comment box. Yes. And a lot of people in the knowledge business, what they do is they just learn and teach, or they just go and learn and apply, consume and apply. And they end up becoming copycats. They do the same thing what somebody else. They don't spend time in digesting that knowledge. Like this stuff, what I'm sharing with you, these 10 points is something which I have learned from various mentors, and I have digested that knowledge and I've created my own application process. Like I've made it unique to me. Okay. And the way that I present the information, even though I learned from my mentors, when I present information, it has to be unique. It has to come out in a way where it's coming through my experience of the world. Okay. So when you are not learning, when you're not going through this consumption, digestion, application process, then you'll automatically become a person who's not flexible. It's like this is the only way. There's no other way that it can happen. So you tend to get egoistic. And if you notice, like people who are lifelong learners, even some of the most successful people, they're very down to earth, because the more you know, the more you'll come to know how much you do not know. And that actually puts you in a position of humility. Yeah. If this was a bulb on moment for you, just type bulb on if your bulb just went on right now. I'll repeat that. The more you know, the more you're learning, the more you will come to know how much you do not know. And that will ground you for whatever you're doing. And that's why people with very half knowledge, right? I mean, you'll find them who like to trumpet around too much. Like they'll know little of many things, but they may not have depth in one thing. And the people who have depth in one thing, you'll normally find them to be much more humble than those people who know little bit of so many things and projecting to the world that they know it all types. I'm sure you know a few people like this in your life. So that's an obstacle to success. Number 9 is not upgrading your philosophy. I think this is a pretty interesting one. Let me tell you this. My philosophy of business when I started in the entrepreneurial journey in 2011 was something. I had an idea. Okay, I need to start a business. I need to have an office. I need to have employees. I need to give them a great environment. I want to create the world's greatest workplace and built an agency, 30, 35 plus employees. But then over a period of time, I also had to upgrade my own philosophy of business, because after some time I realized that that was not what I was really looking for. I was looking for more freedom. I was looking for more flexibility and not be bound by multiple dependencies in a traditional business. So I developed this model called the freedom business model, and that is my new philosophy now. And who knows, after 2 or 3 years, my philosophy may change. The core values will not change, but the philosophy of life and business will change based on what we are learning. How many of you agree with me that the more you learn and have new ideas, it will actually give you new ways to do things? Yes or no? Type in the comment box. And you can upgrade your philosophy. You cannot just stick with the old ideologies. There are some ideologies and values that are evergreen. Okay, if you look at the spiritual values, basic human values, those will never change. But I'm saying how you operate as a person. Like, you can keep updating and upgrading yourself on a continual basis. The greatest danger for any human being is letting many, many years pass and looking back over the years and thinking to themselves that I've never made any progress or I've never evolved as a person. If you're continuously evolving as a person, that is the journey to be on. And evolution happens at multiple. You evolve in your philosophy, you evolve in your thought process, you evolve in your worldview, the way that you do business, the way that you interact with people, the way that you communicate, the way that you create products, the way that you sell your products, the way that you systemize your business. Everything has an evolution. There's an upgrading factor over there. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. And the last point, the 10th obstacle that you need to overcome is not being grounded. And this is all connected. When I say what is grounded over here it's people who think no end about themselves. It's like there are some people who, the small successes itself, they like to project to the world that they are the best, and they have a very, like, a sense of arrogance that comes through in their persona, because they have achieved some milestone and some success. And grounding comes when you have a mentor, when you have some spiritual values, when you have some things that keeps that check on your ego. Okay. All of you just type check on ego in the comment box. That's what I mean by being grounded. Check, CHECK, check on ego. And it's very easy for people to get swayed away by these situations. One of my mentors, Vic, he says, more money, more power, more fame, it only accentuates what is already there inside you. So if somebody inside them, they have some traits of self-centeredness and things like that, you give them a lot of money, fame and power, that will become much bigger. It will magnify what is already inside. So that's why it's very important to always stay connected, always understand the grounding factor in whatever way and form. Okay. And another beautiful quote on humility is it's like, I'm not saying that you should be so humble that you let everybody walk over you. No, that is not humility. Humility is not to think of yourself less, like a doormat or something like that. Humility is to think less about yourself. It's how you can think more about serving others and building communities and helping people get results. That's the difference. Some of the successful people, they have a high self-esteem. A great self-image is important. But humility is where the spotlight is not on you. The spotlight is on your students. The spotlight is on your customers. The spotlight is on other people. How you can help others win. Yes, you need to have that initial oxygen mask to put on yourself to ensure that you are having a great situation personally. Like how when you get into a plane, they say first put oxygen mask for yourself, then you can put it for your child. Same way, you need to be selfish initially to protect yourself. But then after a while, your only focus should be on serving others. I mean, that is what I mean by staying grounded. Like your entire worldview should be towards less self-centeredness and more towards community. Okay. So just to recap, these are the 10 obstacles that you are going to be facing in a knowledge business. And if you can focus on overcoming all of these one by one, that'll be awesome. So from this list, if you have to pick one big area that you need to work on, okay, just be honest. Please type that in the comment box. I want to know what is that one big area that you need to personally work on. Let me feature some of your comments. Okay, I'm going to feature some of your comments, and we'll have some Q&A for a few minutes after this if you have any questions, and then we will we'll wrap it up. I'm going to feature some of your comments. Okay, and by the way, just stick on till the end. I'm going to share with you another formula, like a very simple formula, which I'm going to reveal a 3-step formula after you share your comments. Okay, so for Nitin, you're going to be working on perfectionism. For Hanumant Rao, it is you need to get much more clear in your focus. Great, thank you for letting me know, Hanumant. Again, for Vikram also, it's lack of focus. For Himanshu, it is again perfectionism. For Mahalakshmi, you're going to work on the family friction part. Awesome, just work on it. For Akash, you're going to be working on managing your money properly. Superb, do that, it'll change your life. For Hasmukh, you're going to be getting more healthy. So that is the area of your focus. For Jatin, it's going to be learning more. For Satish Kumar, again, better focus in your activity. Arvind Singh, lack of clear focus. Dr. Gargi, for you, it is perfectionism. Yeah, so you probably need to work on that and be open to having the first version. Amar, you're going to work on the family friction part. Awesome. Pratap, sorry, I'm just going to go back here. Pratap, health. Then we have Veena on better clarity. Amaraj Babu, lack of clear focus. Then we have Ramdeo, again, focus. Asad also clear focus. For Atal, you have little knowledge. So you got to work on building the depth in your knowledge. So that's your area. Again, for Mamta, you're going to work on perfectionism. For Surya, you're going to work on health. For Malayapan, you're going to work on the clear focus part. Fantastic. You know, that focus itself is a big one. It's a big area for many people. Yeah. Excellent, excellent. So shall we get into the formula? All of you just type BIO in the comment box. Yes. BIO is bring it on. Okay. Thank you, Shweta. You can say all, need to always brush it up. Yes. None of us are going to be 100% in all those areas. Yeah. Even for me, like we are always a work in progress in every single area. And even if you feel that one area is fine right now, you'll never know. A situation will come and you'll have to really work on that. So that's the beauty about this game. It's about constantly evolving. Okay. So I'm going to give you a simple formula. Step 1 is get a mentor. Whichever mentor that you pick and choose, that's perfectly fine. Whoever you resonate with. Second step is focus on some daily habits to make sure that you follow all the steps. Like for a few daily habits that I do is you can look at daily habits in the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, like break it down into this. So physical habits, maybe you want to do like a workout. Mental habits, maybe focus on your goals, write your goals daily. Emotional habits, express yourself with your emotions in your relationships, and maybe have some spiritual practice. So these things will give you very good foundation to whatever you're doing. And again, number 3 is get real. Get real. Don't fool yourself. Don't just simply, look for shortcuts or whatever. This is about you. And when you're more and more real with yourself, and when you acknowledge, okay, this is the situation. Yes, and I need to work on myself. That itself will open up a new world for you, rather than just trying to justify and just tell yourself or give stories to yourself on why, or give excuses to yourself on why what you're doing is okay. So if it's not okay, it's fine. You don't have to tell it to anyone. You know it for yourself. When you're real with yourself, things will start to move. So perfect. So we have actually covered all. This is a very simple formula, and it's not like some crazy formula. It's a very simple formula that probably you already know, but I just thought I'll bring it out. Okay. So did you find this this particular session useful? Type super useful in the comment box. Yeah. Now, if you're brand new over here, I would recommend, if you're still not a part of my community, I want to invite you to my free webinar. So just note down this link, sits.co/freedom, and register on this webinar. I'm going to be doing a session next week, or when was the day, you'll see on that particular website. And if you're still not registered, just type registered in the comment box if you're not a part of my community. Okay, if you're in my community, this is not for you. Okay. The second thing is, after you watch this particular recording, I want you to see a free training that I have, like a formula that I'm actually now helping build the next breed of digital teachers and digital leaders. Okay, so just note down the formula. sids.co/formula is also a 30-minute training that you can go and check out. And number 3 is you can join my course. If you want to like be a part of my course directly, sids.co/course. You can actually join the course. In fact, I also want to invite you into my community. I have a VIP group on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can join my VIP group on Facebook, sids.co/VIP-group. And just join that group, because I share a lot of case studies of successful students and stuff inside this group. And if you are watching this on Facebook, then join me on YouTube, because my YouTube channel, I'm also building up this channel. I'm going to be doing more sessions like this where I go in depth into concepts. Just go to sids.co/YouTube and you'll be able to see, you can directly subscribe to my YouTube channel and be there. And I have another area is, if you want to really connect with me, like if you want to get notified whenever I go live like this, then I have like a flash group on Telegram, sids.co/flash, like a flash update, latest podcast, latest video. I also post a lot of pre-recorded videos on YouTube, well-edited videos. So if you want to stay connected with me over there, that's the place, sids.co/flash. Okay, just take a snapshot of this. Just type snapshot in the comment box. You can take a snapshot of my screen of all these links, and after you finish watching this video, you can go and explore all of them. Okay, now if you're already a part of my community, yeah, you're having fun and you're going to be learning new things. So for the next 5 more minutes before I close, I want to answer questions, and ask me any question pertaining to this, the 10 obstacles. I'm not perfect. I may or may not be able to answer all the questions, but based on these 10 points that I shared with you, just ask me any question pertaining to where exactly you're stuck. And if I have an answer to it, I'll give you the answer. Okay, so Akash is asking, who's my mentor? I have 3 mentors, okay, 3 main mentors. My first mentor is Blair Singer. Okay, he is not very popular online, but he's one of the great teachers in the training industry. My second mentor is Vic Strisius. He's from the US. He does over $1 million a month. He's one of the top information marketers. And my third mentor is Sam Ovens, SAMOVENS. I follow these 3 people, but I have many, many teachers like Dr. D. Martini, Brian Tracy, Jack Canfield, many, many mentors. But these are my top 3 that I follow. Okay. Okay, Mahalakshmi is asking, how do you keep yourself healthy? So for me, I drink a lot of water. So I'm always having water next to me. I don't have like a typical breakfast in the morning. I like to start my day with a healthy shake, like a meal replacement shake, which is well balanced. And then I have like a regular lunch, and I like to finish my dinner by 6:37. Some days when I do webinars, it goes late. And since I meditate in the morning and I do like japa, where I walk and I chant also, so I end up walking those 5,000 steps in a day. So I do even that. So that's how I keep myself healthy. Nothing fancy, just doing the basics. Okay. Okay, Amar is asking, how do you overcome family friction? You missed that point. Okay, so family friction, see, all of us go through this, okay? All of us are human beings. Nobody is unique in this world. Everybody has similar kind of challenges, okay? So the way I can only tell you how I deal with it, and then you can decide on how you want to deal with it. First, I'll look at who are the most important people in my world. For me, it is my wife, it's my kids, it's my parents. Okay, these are my inner circle. Okay, if I'm having a friction with any one of them, then I need to fix it immediately, because they are the people who are the closest to me. Now, there could be relatives, extended relatives who are there, but for whatever reason, they may not be as close to your core inner circle, like your spouse and your kids and stuff. And people like that, they may have opinions, views, and they may have perceptions about you. They may not respect you, this, that. Now, you don't have to take things so seriously unless you want to actually clarify with them. So the way that Now, I looked at my family friction, dealing with situations like that, is keeping my inner circle always clear. Like even in a husband-wife relationship, that's the number one priority. Like stoop to conquer. Okay. If I've done a mistake, yes, I do a mistake. And be very transparent, be very honest, hide nothing. All those things really matter a lot. Okay. So transparency, being forthright, and giving value to your inner circle is what I would recommend. Okay. Next is how to get clear focus. And by the way, I'm going to answer questions only pertaining to this topic. Okay. Not niche clarity and this and systems and all that. I'm going to get focus on this topic. How to get clear focus is, Hasmukh, you can only get more clear focused when you know what you want. So I use this formula which is called multiplication through subtraction. Okay. You can only multiply your results when you're able to subtract all the crap from your life. So Hasmukh, what I would recommend that you do is open up a clean sheet of paper and write down your top 10 goals that you want to achieve for the next 1 to 3 years, and be very, very clear about what you really want. Then you'll automatically know which are the activities that you're doing which is not helping you move towards that goal. As simple as that. Okay, next question is, okay, Ravindra is saying, no question. I'm blessed to have you. Thank you, Ravindra. Great to have you here. Next, somebody is asking, no Indian mentor. Nadia, I have a spiritual master. Okay, so yes, I'm just talking more from mentors from this particular space. Yeah. Dr. Gari, how to manage time and work on implementation of the plan? So you need to understand that when it comes to this business, you have the knowledge acquisition, the consumption of knowledge, digestion, and implementation, application, right? So you need to work out your ratios. Like if you're going to be learning for X number of hours, let that be 20% of your time. So 20% of your time towards learning, 10% of your time towards digestion and assimilation, and spend 70% to 80% of your time in implementation. And that implementation plan, you have to actually sit and work it out. Like I have like a 7-day week. All of us have 7-day week, but I have a 4-day work week. All of you just type 4DWW, 4-day work week. I like to work only on 4 days in a week, like core work. And my mind is always working, but the actual core work, I do not have meetings on 3 days in a week. It's like completely free. Okay. So those 3 days allow me to do more. Like Wednesday, I normally don't do much work. I don't do any kind of work. Saturday and Sunday, I do not do work. So Monday and Tuesday, I have a break in between of the week. Thursday and Friday, I do my work. So today is Friday. I did a webinar in the morning, and I'm going to do a session with my teams in the evening, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. I have 2 sessions. So like that, and each day, if you can plan only 3 major activities per day, 4 days in a week, 12 major activities for the week. If you're able to plan it to that extent, you'll be super productive. Okay. Next is Shweta is asking, recommend a book. Shweta, you can check out this book called Hyper Focus by Chris Bailey. Yeah, that's a book that I recently read, and it's really good. I really found that. It's like the one thing. There's one more book called Hyper Focus. HYPERFOCUS. HYPER, yes. Okay, Himanshu is saying, can you share some of your mental and spiritual habits in detail? For me, it's very simple. There's nothing complicated, and it's open also. Like, see, my mental habits are, I listen to The Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale every day. I write my goals every day, 2 pages of goals, and I have a goal card where I look at my goals. In fact, I have my goal card right here. Let me just show it to you. So it's always in my wallet, and I just, this is a mental habit. So every day, I'm reading this goal card, okay? And I've written like exactly how much money I want to make, by what time frame, and I'm looking at this every single day. So these are mental habits. Spiritual habits are, I do morning meditation. I don't do any kind of breathing meditation. I do japa meditation. I chant the names of God. So that's like a thing I've been doing since the age of 10, and it's a part of my lifestyle. So that's really helped me. Yeah. You can pick whatever process that you want. This is what works for me. Next is how do you manage distractions related to your own ideas your own other ideas. Again, the same format. Once you know what you want, you'll automatically know what you do not want. So it's elimination becomes so much more easier. What's my sleeping schedule like? So for me, it's like it goes up and down, but I have this thing called the Aura Ring. I'm using this Aura Ring to track my sleep. So even if I sleep late, I like to wake up late. I like to get that 8 hours of sleep. And that's like what I've been doing. So usually it's like 11 p.m. sleep time, unless I do a webinar on those days. Wake up by 6 or 7, that 8 hours I need. And then I straight away get into the morning rituals of spirituality and things like that, like drink hot water and all that stuff in the morning. Yeah. So next is I'm just going to run through the questions. If there's anything else? Nitin is asking how to avoid perfectionism, as you always told that your product should be world class. How to validate it? Yeah, it seems like a contradicting statement, right? So world class does not equal perfectionism. Perfectionism is more like you're not ready to roll it out. World class is, yes, you do enough research and you launch the first version and you can keep improving it after that. Okay, so that is my view on this, Nitin. So you got to really build that first version and then you can improve that first version. Perfectionism is when you're procrastinating, saying that, okay, I need to have more. See, I'm a musician, so I used to make a lot of music. Even now I make music at home. And starting a track is very easy, but finishing a track is the hardest thing, because you can always improve that track and you need to know where to draw the line. And I just need to feel like, okay, fine, this is it. I can add more tracks if I want. I can, add more effects if I want, but I'm going to stop at this point. And then I launch it. Okay. So that's how I look at perfectionism. Okay. I'm seeing if there's anything else. Bhuvan is saying, being in the entertainment media, I work almost 16 hours a day. Since the day I bought freedom, I'm not getting freedom to sit and finish the course. Yeah. Your how this business model works is, it's like a rocket ship taking off. When a rocket ship takes off, it burns so much of fuel and there's so much of gravitational pull and resistance that it has to really put in a lot of thrust. So when you're starting off in this business, you're going to experience that. And then once you start moving, once you set up all your systems, once it starts moving into orbit, then there won't be so much of resistance. Once you're out of the gravitational force of the Earth's orbit, you'll be moving into a much more smoother mode. So even in the business, Bhuvan, you're spending 16 hours a day right now. That's awesome. You need to go through that grind initially, because freedom does not come for free. Okay, you have to pay your dues in terms of the time, energy, effort, research. And then once you start to set up the systems, automate it, then you're running traffic. When you're able to make that into a working machine, a digital machine, then you will have real freedom. Okay, so continue on the grind as long as you're grinding on things that matter the most. Okay, Kushal's question is, do you think hard work can outdo your lack of luck in a coaching business? I have a slightly different view on this. And I learned this from somebody who is a multi-billion-dollar tech investor. Okay. He talks that there are 4 kinds of luck. You want to know what are the 4 types of luck? I'm just going to find that. I think I've done a podcast on this. Okay, I've done a podcast on this. Just search on, later on you can go and search on Google for four kinds of luck. Let me just show this to you 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to share something really interesting for all of you here. So if you go and type 4 types of luck, Siddharth, you'll find a podcast that I did a long time back, okay, on entrepreneurship. And this applies even to the coaching business, okay. So the first kind of luck is a blind luck. People who think luck is blind, like lottery winners. That's how you get lucky, and that's the first one. The second kind of luck is like what Kushal is saying, is you work really hard and you like hustle, and that is hustle luck, where you just work really hard, where hustle means preparedness, you get lucky. So that's the second philosophy of luck. The third philosophy of luck is better than hustle, which is spotting luck, where you know that a particular thing is moving in a direction. For example, I was able to spot that this whole digital coaching industry is booming, and I started in 2018 itself. Okay. And not because I want to be a trend rider, but I really felt congruent with this industry, and I was able to spot the area. So it's where you have a keen sense of awareness on where to position yourself. Okay. And the fourth category of luck is the one which I actually like. It is the ultimate form of luck, where you position yourself in such a way and you build your brand in such a way, and a unique character and a unique mindset that adds value to the world, so that luck finds you. You attract people, opportunities, and situations in life without much of stress. And I want you to listen to this podcast later on, the 4 types of luck. And I learned this from this person. His name is, I'm forgetting his name. I'll have to find that. He's a tech billionaire investor. Okay. So was this useful, Kushal? Hard work is important, but being able to position yourself and to be a value creator is what makes you attract that luck, and not just blind luck or hustle luck. Okay, I hope this has given you the answer to the question, deeper answer to the question. Excellent. So let's see if there's any other questions. So I think I've come to the end of this particular session. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all of your feedback. Did you find this particular video useful? Just type super useful in the comment box. Please share this video. Hit the share button if you found this valuable. If you're watching this on Facebook, maybe you want to tag a few friends and some few family members who needs to hear this. Just tag them and say, check it out. And you'll never know. Maybe one idea from those 10 points could really help them move forward in their life and business. So I think I'm going to come more often live like this, and you may be watching a recording also. So just stay connected. And I like to go deep and do some research and share insights like this. So yeah, it's been a 52 minutes video. Thank you for your time, and looking forward to sharing more insights like this. Yeah. Cheers. God bless. And looking forward to coming back and sharing more and inspiring you to achieve your goals and to create an impact in the world. The fact that you're alive and breathing, it only means that there is more to your story on this planet, and there's more for you to give back. So go and give it back. All the best. God bless.